Well, hello there. I decided at the last moment to just go ahead and invite you on with me for my quick spot coaching from the kitchen. And yes, so I'm here. Right now I'm cutting some green onions. I'll get to that and I'll show it to you. But I've got some green onions. I cut off the tops and those are going in the garden to grow more. And then I've also got I got some green beans, and some of them aren't looking so hot. So you know what I do? I just take the seeds out, and throw them in the garden. So that's what I am doing. So welcome. You know, I have a new theme now. So my new theme is your career and your mindset AI proof? And so what I do is I help people. Well, you know what? We don't say that anymore. That's like, you don't use that anymore. But I work with people who are coming out of toxic environments and work trauma. And I don't really talk about that, but I've been studying a lot of people who are experts on content, and that they say it's very important really to speak almost from your heart and like tell people, you know, what you have to open up yourself basically. And so I'm going to talk about my work trauma experiences, and not like to be a victim but we are victims. You know, sometimes you just have to own it that you have been victimized. I mean, this last place I was working part-time just for a little extra money. Let me turn this down here because I'm not quite ready. And it is, let me interject quickly, welcome to LinkedIn After Hours. Cheers. Yeah, so let me get back to what I was talking about, is workplace trauma and people who are being aged out. I got aged out at the age of 35 out of research. And I'll talk to you about things that happened. And to really tell you the truth about the matter, after I lost my job, I was so devastated and crushed and broken. It took me years. And I would just not like to see that happen to anyone. Alright, so let me show you what I've got. And so I'll get back into all that. Alright, so I have some seeds here. Let me put these seeds down. Okay, let's do that. Let's turn ourselves around. Okay, so it's very green. You know, I like when I do my stir fry, I actually like to have a little color. And the color is mushies. Bella mushies. And then I've got some green onions here. And I don't have much. Well, I have more, but I had to cut them down because I left them. I bought them and I just didn't use them. Okay, I'll just admit it. So I've got these beans here. This one doesn't look so great, but we'll see what's going to happen to that guy. These are my rejects here. Okay. But guess what I'm going to do? And I have my onions. And you just plant that, and there you go. So I take these, I open them up. Oh, I don't think I can. Oh, if I could get my camera. Will it? Can you see? Barely, huh? Okay. Well, anyway. So what I do, and when I do beans, I always string them. See how you get that whole string out of there? So it doesn't get in your mouth. But anyway, I just kind of lightly split it with the knife. Not too deeply, of course. Then you just pop it on open. Like this. Okay, you guys? I'm teaching you how to survive if there's an apocalypse, okay? So you see these seeds here? You just kind of pop them on out. And I'll put them next to the onions. So you see what I'm trying to show you is how you can take vegetables that you buy at the grocery store and have more free vegetables. Now let me grab these tomatoes that I planted. Okay, so here are the tomatoes. I planted these from seed. From a tomato I bought at the store. I just scraped out the seeds and look at them. I got good eight or so tomato plants, and so I've got to find a place for them to go. So let me come back here, and so I'm getting ready. The first thing I'm going to do is get this heated up a little bit. So you see I've got some chicken. I have a chicken thigh. It was partially frozen, so it was very easy to just slice off and slice. And so I'm gonna have to check. Let me use, where are those beans? Did I already put them in the recycling? Let's see. Oh no, here it is. Okay. So I could use these to gauge the... Okay, so I could put... This is just to make sure the heat is high enough. So that's just some bean. Okay, so I'm going to take this, you guys. Alright, I'll show you in a second. I'm just making sure it has a little seasoning on it. I put some garlic, salt, and some Brazilian seasoning. And then we're gonna go ahead. You know what? I better cut this. Yeah, I'm gonna cut it. Okay, give me a second. Give me a second. Let me turn it. Okay. There we go. And then we'll make some kind of like a crackling, you know. Then I'll wash my hands. I would put this bone in there, but I think I'll use the bone for something else. Okay. Yes, I'm just popping in for him. Can you see that? It's probably a little hotter than it should be. Let me see. You know, woks, you just don't know what they're going to do. You don't know if they're going to heat up to 500 degrees or if they're going to just stay on low. So there we go. So I'm going to turn that down and just let those fry up, and then they'll be crackling, and then that'll be kind of like the garnish, and all that goes on the, because I'm going to do kung pao stir fry. So we're talking about, is your career and your mindset, quote unquote, AI proof? AI ready? Can you coexist with AI? Well, of course you can. You have to. And the thing about it is that I was talking about the toxic workplaces. So the place I was working at, and I just was working there part-time for my ad budget, so I could just spend on my ads without having to worry about it. And so, Anton, you should come up here. You better be quiet. But anyway, Anton and I have a show. It's called Black and Mexican. You gotta tune into it. Okay? So, yeah, we're different. We're different, aren't we, Anton? So I'm making what is this called in Spanish? Chicone? Something like that? Chicone? Crackling. So I'm just doing the cracklings. This is the skin of the chicken. And I gotta, ooh, it's starting to get a little on the, that's a little bit more than gold. So I'm gonna pull it to the side. I'm gonna pull it to the side here. Oh, it doesn't want to go to the side. Okay, now it's to the side. Alright, let's get that. Stay there. Let me turn this down. Ooh. It's getting a little on the... Uh-oh. We got a problem. I turned it off. I tell you, with these woks, they just have a mind of their own. So I turned it off, and let me go and get something to put it on, and then we'll get ready with the other. Okay. You guys, I'm a very good cook, but sometimes things don't work out the way you had it planned. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to take this oil. Okay. Oh! Get out. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, I don't know if you can still see, but I'm going to get... Oh boy, I turned it off. So let's just pray. We're going to pray together. I just put some peanuts in there. Let's put the rest. I'm doing a one-hander. All right. And the Oscar goes to Best Camera Person. Me. So anyway, Anton, what I'm talking about is having to make sure that your career and mindset is ready for AI. You know, what are people doing? There are no jobs. Like, no jobs. And then people are getting forced out of their jobs. I'm going to turn it around for a minute. People are getting forced out of their jobs. You know, once you hit over like 40, things start really getting a little on the tough side. And what do? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to turn this around because I want you guys to see what I'm doing. But I've got the peanuts. I've got the peanuts in here. It's just that my camera holder, my mini tripod doesn't allow me to bend it. I have to lean it on things and I don't want it to fall. Here, let's try this. Okay, I think that. I'm going to pull it back a little bit. Okay, let's see if this is going to work. Because I've got to get back over here. I don't want this stuff to burn because it will. It will. I got this on a piece of celery, if you could imagine. And it doesn't seem like it wants to hold up. Okay, is that working? So we got the, oopsie, I had to turn it off again because of the peanuts. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to put this chicken in there. And I'm going to put the bone in there too. You see? So the chicken is cooking with the peanuts. So it's going to be a Kung Pao situation going on. But I tell you, this wok, I don't know what to do, what to say about the wok, because, this is trying to, don't burn my peanuts, because this is all the peanuts I got. I don't have any more. So, turn it back on. And so this part, okay. But you're gonna get the flavor of the peanuts in the chicken. Okay. And this bone is just, it's gonna give it collagen. Okay, because you want a high collagen diet. If you want to stay looking young up until your 90s, make sure you have collagen, and that means bone broth. And bone broth is made out of the bones, so keep the bones of anything you cook it. So what I'm gonna do, let's see. Well, I'm gonna put some turmeric in there because that's healthy. And I'm going to put some Knorr. Put a little Knorr in there. And turn that down. And then here's the turmeric. It's going to turn it yellow. Oh. But turmeric is very good for you. I need to throw some garlic in there, but I'll get to that. And your chicken has to be very well cooked. So I'm going to throw a little bit of, oh, I have some wine here. This is my little wine that I keep, my cooking wine. This actually smells good. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just kind of let it cook on its own. It's important that even though the peanuts kind of got a few, not too many of them, but I'm going to go ahead and do this and let that cook for a while. And there we are. So, let's see what Anton is saying. What are you cooking for crying? Kung Pao chicken stir fry with vegetables. I think I showed you. Oh, the vegetables. Let me go ahead and just give you guys a rundown real quick again of what the vegetables are. So you see we've got some bella mushrooms. These are the brown mushrooms, so they're fine. There's green onions there. There are some fresh green beans. There's some fresh celery, broccoli, and zucchini. You see what I got? And that's all going to go in the stir fry. But these go in last, like very last, because you don't want your broccoli to be too mushy, and I just don't like that. You see my seeds? I've got corn, I've got mixed summer zucchini, squash, and everything is going to go in there, and then I have my sunflower seeds. So I'm just waiting a little bit I'm gonna just go ahead and plant the corn and the zucchini and stuff tomorrow, and we'll just kind of go from there. So I am trying to get organized with my curriculum about working with me, marketing high-ticket education and coaching services and programs, because that's going to be a career move of the AI age, is starting your own gig, and you want to, earn as much as you possibly can. And so the best way to do that is with marketing high-ticket items that are in the, say, $2,500 to $20,000 range. And that's what I do, is I work with people who want to pivot out of toxic work environments, and people who've had brick and mortar businesses like me with my talent agency. I had an office in downtown, and I had an office in Northwest, because SAG makes you have a physical office. And now if you get into digital marketing, you can work from home and you do not have to pay overhead, and that is saving you thousands of dollars right there. Okay, you don't need to have a license, a talent agency license. That cost me $240 every 2 years, and then the bond. It was either a $50,000 CD, and I had to put in the name of California, or $6,000 a year. And then then the actors don't want to pay you, because they're like, you didn't help me get this job, so I'm not going to pay you. But it's like, look, the law, this is California state law. If you have an agent, you are not allowed to get work on your own. But nobody listens, so that's how it works. But anyway, that's that. And then this job that I had recently, I walked off, because they were telling you had to say on the computer if you were going to the bathroom, and they were timing how long you were gone, and if you came back 1 minute late from break. One of my colleagues, she got her hours docked, and they were telling me that I was incompetent, and I put little to no effort into my job, even though I was getting awards. People were calling in and commending me, and so they would, if they commend you, you get an award. So I said, this is a bunch of bunk. Goodbye. And so these are the people I'm working with now, are people who have had it up to here with these jobs. And in the age of AI, if you leave your job, believe me, you're not coming back. Alright, so I'm going to jump off here. The chicken is just about done. The chicken needs just a little bit more. It's just about done. I'm kind of slow cooking it, but I think it's going pretty well. You want to make sure your chicken is very well cooked before you add anything else. Like if it's steak, it doesn't have to be 100%, but chicken does. Chicken does. So anyway, I guess I'll hop off, and I'll come back on when I'm going to do the stir fry, because that's just about ready. Well, it might be ready now. I don't know. Let's see. I think I might be ready now, because it doesn't take long. Let's see. I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to do a one-handed thing. Anton, do you think it's ready? Is it ready to add the veggies? Are we ready? Huh? I think it's safe. Let's go ahead. We're gonna put these in the mushrooms. The mushrooms should have gone in with the chicken, to tell you the truth. They should have gone in with the chicken. Okay. You gotta make sure those mushies, all the mushrooms have just pretty much absorbed all of the liquid, hasn't it? I could add a little more oil, but I think we'll you know. Where's the wet? Where did I put the wine? Did I put it back? Where did I put the wine? Oh, let me go get the wine. Let me go back and get the wine back. You know what? I'm leaning this on the pan. I hope it does not melt my camera. Let me grab this. Did I burn my camera? Leaning it on a wok. And the thing about it, Anton, Anton, you know these places you're looking at buying, do they have gas or electric? I would think electric, because gas is it's a kind of risky in an apartment building, you know? But you just never know. Okay, so next I'm going to put the beans in. Don't those beans look so vibrant? Okay, let me get this out the way. And the celery. Now comes put a couple of celery stalks in there too. Okay. See how easy this is? You know what I mean? You make it, it's fresh. It's fresh. Did I put, yeah, I put everything in there. Put that in there. Now I'm going to turn it up. Because when you stir fry, you're really supposed to stir fry on high. I think it's up on high. Yeah, it's on high now. You see how it just suddenly goes cold? It gets really hot and then it just suddenly goes cold. Anton, I just tried to bring you on camera, but it said it wouldn't let me let you. It said, ask Anton Rivas to join the live broadcast. If they accept, they'll join. So I don't know. Oh well, I don't know. So there we go. There it is. I'm just gonna let it steam for the rest of the way. Cause see, I don't like my vegetables cooked too much. I want them fresh and crunchy. And crunchy. Now Asians might put a little bit of cornstarch in here. I don't think it needs it. I don't really think it needs it, but I hope this bone isn't off-putting. Here, let me take it and put it here. There we go. Alright, you guys, so I'm going to go ahead and let this steam, and I will be back. I will be back with the final product very soon. I'll see you in a few, alright? Okay. Keep winning.